early on too. Same as Yasuo here, so that he can split push against Mundo. You know, help with that wave clear. It's both those guys very crit heavy. Both of them are looking for static shiv, and if he does really get to that point before Mundo, you know, gets like his Warmogs and stuff, then he'll have a pretty decent chance at winning the split push game. The only thing is, he has no answer for Mundo's teleport. So
that's true.
Early dragons, they can call in an extra member and try and trade, you know, maybe dragon 4-top turret or even just some damage.
The other thing as well I want to point out is if you max Mocking Shout, it's 80 attack damage removed from nearby enemies. And so you think about how much AD skilling there is in Meet Your Makers. You've got the Wukong ulti and a Yasuo who's going to like rush a static shiv. You won't have a lot of bonus AD. Removing 80 attack damage from those champions is a lot.
Yeah, and it's not even like that's so much more effective against, you know, pure AD champions. It's effective against everybody because everybody's going to be using their auto attacks.
Yeah.
So even champions like Mundo, who don't necessarily build AD, you know, taking that away from him is huge because his auto attacks will be pitiful. Even if he pops his masochism, it's going to be a huge reduction.
It will. We'll see what he goes for. We'll try to keep track of the this skill order he goes for. I think the typical thing that I normally see on Trend is max Q, max E. That's bloodlust and spinning slash. But we'll see what he goes from here. We'll see if he makes something different, if he actually prioritizes the Mocking Shout more, or if he gives something up. Just gotta have to keep track of that for you guys. The teams are spreading out now, and it looks like actually Meet Your Makers looking heavily. They got some wards down and then kind of
might be a late invade here. Yeah. They don't have any sweepers. Sometimes that'll tip you off, but it looks like they will do a swap at least.
Yeah.
And they don't want to go into the Mundo Tryndamere matchup. Now Mundo, I like this because Mundo does a lot better in the 2v1.
Yeah.
Tryndamere is going to have a pretty hard time, especially since he started with a Doran's Blade. They were really not expecting this. I think this is one of the things that comes from, you know, Meet Your Makers being such an experienced team and having dealt with a lot more combinations of 2v1 lanes. So I think already, even though the gold is dead even game just started, looking really good for MYM as far as the early calls.
And this is, as well, like one thing I want to bring up is the 4.1 change where the top and middle outer turrets have a damage reduction from champion auto attacks. This is one of the few games I've seen in 2v1 that doesn't involve like a Jinx fast pushing. Like I feel like TTD's standard turret pushing is already stronger than MYM's before the like mini Doran shield thing is even in effect.
Yeah, I mean, the bottom lane definitely is has the advantage there because both Lulu and Caitlyn have a pretty easy time of getting turret damage. But Lucian and Annie can harass very well under turret too. So if they force Tryndamere out of the lane and make him lose more experience from the early minions, then, you know, interesting trade. And here we go, the mid lane that can be so easily tipped.
That was...
Yeah, a little bit of a misstep there.
This is not ideal. Shard nothing to dash to, basically.
Yeah. We'll just call that a mistake.
All right.
And move on.
Jar was just having nightmares about that one. Didn't really happen. It's okay. Phantom Joe pushed up against his turret. His jungler is going to come in from behind and support him. Mokata gets spotted as he shows up. So 3v2, and I wonder if they're going to know nightmares here. Good trinket ward. No, he just shows up.
Now,
says, don't you dare dive.
They've got a giant wave, too. I mean, they can easily get a lot of turret damage here.
Oh, Snow.
He's going for it.
He's going to try. Knockup's there. One more hit. Exhaust. The flash. Sharu didn't get it.
So this is the second time Sharu's gone exhaust instead of Ignite in the mid lane. Last time he was Gragas going up against Zed.
Yes, he picks it against Assassins.
Yeah, he likes to do it against...
Oh, no.
You don't block turret hits with your flow shield, but look, he's blinking red. That's single digits.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay, so
Meet Your Makers.
This is terrible.
Please.
Here. This whole game went from nice early game calls, well thought out, to very poor early execution from both sides, actually.
That was rough. We're okay. We're back. We're back.
All right, there's the Mocking Shout.
Good dash away. The spin comes in anyway. Exhaust now used. Ignite on a Makler. They switch over to Livic. Livic has a stun available. What will he cast it on? Single target stun on the Joe. Nightmares should have EQ up soon. Will they go down? Flash. He's going to get the double knockup. Makler low, 200 health, but he doesn't get any follow-up. Goes too hard. Kuban shows up. Goodbye, Nightmare.
All right, so one member of TDD was like, hey, we got to pull back. There's a teleport on this team. I don't think they communicated it quick enough.
No.
Mundo does come in. Nightmare was not talking with the rest of the team there. He forgot about teleport, went way too deep. That's what happened up top. Meanwhile, bottom, since Teleport Mundo's no longer around to throw cleavers at you, they can easily take down the turret.
Yep.
Ridiculous early game here.
They're very, very active.
Yeah, very active. Okay.
I agree with you on the questionable calls. The dive was pretty awkward.
They're making moves, maybe not necessarily the best moves.
They're kind of like moonwalking. They're going backwards.
I have to say that would probably be the best move, though.
Moonwalking is probably the best move.
Early Dragon, though, can be chained off of this early turret since, you know, not only do you lose out on tower pushing nowadays when you switch your duo up top, but as well, the Dragon still resides on the bottom side of the map.
He's going to try for it. Makata does not get the smite, and he's got nowhere to go.
He's going to pay for that one with his life.
Well, he's got Sharu around.
He's got no flash, though, because using that to get in there.
All right.
Worth a try.
I disagree.
You think so?
So smites are usually 50-50s, right? Like, generally speaking?
I mean, that's what people say. There's always a lot of little calculations. But yeah, I get where you're going with this.
Okay. Because what I'm going with it is like, so the smite's 50-50, but by flashing in, you guaranteed lose your flash and your life. And then you 50-50 the Dragon.
Yeah. Even if
Game theory says that's a bad thing to do.
And even if you die, like you're pretty much resigning yourself to die in either situation, whether you get Dragon or not.
Exactly.
So it's kind of a risky bet there.
Yep. Doesn't pay off. More gold going in Tick, Trick, and Duck. Actually, to be fair, the Michi Maker is doing so well in lane that despite being down a Dragon, equal gold.
It's even hard to keep track of what went on so early here with all the dives and all the tower hits. But you're right. It is equal gold, so that's the important story here. And it's even turret pressure. So, you know, let's just assume that everything played out very evenly.
Very calmly.
So far. And we're at a dead even game here. One turret top, one turret bottom.
All right, so let's see what happens here. Sharu getting pushed around a little bit, but he's one of the big leaders. You can see he's not actually the rich man on the team because of that kill for Snow, but you've got a pretty low gold Trindam here. I think that's kind of the big one here to watch for, is that so far Phantom Joe's not getting anything done yet.
Yeah, I mean, both of the 2v1 laners had a little bit of trouble, but an assist there from Mundo helps out a little bit more. And Trindamir's gone double Thoran Blade, so he's not really trying to rush into that Vamp Scepter early or even rush into the Static Shiv build early. Just wants that combat effectiveness.
He didn't get much gold in the first time around in the lane, so said, all right, let's buy some time here, get some stats. I'll fight Mundo soon enough. Bonaparte, Libic, Sunny, Makler, they've all come down to the bottom lane here, so 2-on-2. Of course, TPD do not have a turret in front of them to kill. That does give them room, though, to sneak around the backside if Nightmare wanted to go for a gank.
Yeah, and they've got far superior ward coverage here. MYM is doing a great job, especially in the bottom side of the map.
Yeah.
It's not going to hurt TTD too bad since they were able to do that early Dragon, but it is going to make this Lulu and Caitlyn have to play a little bit further back. You know, usually without that tower, they'd be very aggressive, trying to get their auto attack harassed down.
Yeah.
But MYM with the superior ward coverage, even though they don't have a turret, they're able to push it in.
Well, here we go. Back into the rotations. Nightmare going to start at blue buff for his friend Snow. Kha'Zix's one of the I should correct myself, 3 champions have really been playing so far in this tournament. Ziggs, Kha'Zix, and Xerath have been the 3 that Snow's been really favoring. He only really removed the Ziggs there in champ select, and so he defaulted to Kha'Zix here. Snow, really got to say, early game lane deficit. He's down 30 minions right now to Sharu's.
All right, going for it. And that was even with the dives from Sharu.
Yeah.
And, you know, expending a lot of summoners and taking a lot of extra tower hits. And, you know, he got that awesome gank from Jarvan super early.
Yeah, managed to dodge it pretty cleanly. Not too painful here. Sunny taking a little bit more pokes. 6.
Just the tip of that blinding light. Really nicely played there. It's the small things in lane, though, that you have to compliment.
Well, I mean, Sunny has a BF sword, and there's no healer from his teammate, so he's getting very little health back. Makler has a BF sword himself. Like, he could just remove the health bar enough to make a kill happen.
All right, Wukong post level 6. This could be the double ulti we wanted.
There we go. The double ulti comes across. A lot of damage through, and the flash invisibility from Snow's going to get him out. All right.
I don't think that Mokate on Wukong got off his armor reduction before he started spinning.
I think he should have cast it early, though.
If you get off that Q first, then it really helps out a lot for both champions.
Yeah.
It looked like he went right into the Cyclone.
Into the spin? I think so. I would have actually done that myself just because you don't want to risk Snow invising or leaping out or flashing out. I think just forcing it is okay. I actually don't like that Sharu ulted so early.
Yeah.
He didn't let Wukong's like spin hit longer. So CC stacking I think was more important there.
Yeah, they could have got a little bit more damage out of it, but still pretty touch and go there. Anyway, that's the combo they're looking for.
Yep. We saw it. It happened. We're going to see it again whenever the cooldowns come back. Sharu's more than halfway up, Makata halfway exactly. So however long it was since that happened, that time again, it'll be back. See where it goes.
That's a good formula.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right, coming down
I had
here.
no other description.
Jarvan usually is able to find a way to gank most lanes, but because of this ward coverage from MYM, it's going to be hard for him. He could go for the old flag and drag into this side bush, but it looks like he's not even going to chance it, and it will be the farming bottom, just as usual.
Okay, that's fine, that's fine. You talked about earlier Static Shiv. Phantom Joe is opening up with a Zeal here. So it's going to be a very agile, zealous Tryndamere here. We do see Ruin King early sometimes, but it's not going to be the case.
Yeah, I like rushing for that Static Shiv, since he's going to be wanting to shove most of this game. Split push Tryndamere. Classic. He'll just join the fight later once he's gotten his 10,000 gold worth of split pushing done.
It's always the way. You need to have 10,000 gold before even joining your team. Don't even think about team fighting until you've got 3 completed items. Don't even try. Ignore the team, acquire Elo.
A sneaky little bush gank coming in here.
Okay, stealth over. Flashes in, knock up onto Sunny. Tibbers as well. Not even a chance. Nice combo.
All right, so there's some CC stacking that you can be proud of, Freak.
Yep, I liked it.
Really good job there by Libic capitalizing, but they really just burned everything on that. That was Flash, Exhaust, and Tibbers all going down. Now we want a repeat dive on the other side of the map.
Right. Phantom Joe has turret. Aggro's going to ult in one more shot. There it is. A little early, not too bad. Kuban now has nowhere to go. Flash is down. Phantom Joe, ulti! Oof! He was about a quarter a second away. He lived.
Very well played there. They are a successful dive. But again, it's all about where your jungler is paying attention to. And since bottom side of the map was for MYM, they're rewarded with a second dragon, worth more than the first one. So they are out to a little bit of a gold lead here.
Yep. The benevolent gold source of dragon is now going Meet Your Maker's way. And I gotta say, you talk about how hard they forced that bottom lane gank, but that was right at dragon respawn. They forced it and said, yeah, we burned all our ultis, but we've got a 5v4 in the map. And just converted it.
It's always something that you have to have in the back of your mind as a jungler. It's not just what lane is the easiest to gank, but what are you going to get after the gank, whether it's successful or not.
Yeah. Just all the minions in the lane. Just tax that. That's enough for me.
Well, that's your first priority. That's pretty much a given. As any jungler, that's just a given. Going to be taking some minions.
Success or fail, take the minions.
But you got to think, okay, even if I just chunk out whoever's in this lane, can we push the tower down? Can we rotate? Is there anything we can rotate to? Is there a blue buff steal up? It's those questions. You got to think at least 2 steps ahead.
Okay. More than Fiora. She only wants 1 step ahead. One of her lines.
Yeah, I like it.
1 step ahead.
I'll give you the snorts. I'll give you a snort.
I get a snort. What is that on a scale of 1 to 10? What is a snort, Kobe?
It's about a 2.
It's like a 2?
Okay.
What?
Complete silence might actually even be above a snort. I think might be a 3. You can here try and one up it though. What you got? You got anything for me?
Yes, I do. Hold on, I gotta read it to make sure I say it right.
Oh, what?
I don't have it memorized.
This is terrible.
Oh, shush.
All right, cut it. We're gonna go back to the game here then while you
do
your research. Lucian has an Infinity Edge.
Oh, dang. Lucian's
completed. This is big news.
Mockler does that sometimes. He did that in the promo tournament as well. I actually really like Infinity Edge Lucian. It does lower his ulti damage output.
Oh, Wukong coming in to protect his pink ward.
Does it? All right.
They're able to get that one. But Bonaparte does not want to give up on this ward. He does not want to give up on it. And he does successfully get it. I'm a little bit disappointed in Annie here. Annie's stunned up. You got 3 members in the area.
No flash.
Defend the pink ward with your life, guys.
Just stand in the brush and
just support's main cause in League of Legends.
Defending wards.
Defend your pink wards.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I like actually pink wards on your side of the map in your jungle, because they're very easy to defend. 5 hits is a long time to kill them. So if you place them on those bushes that are just barely on the inside of your jungle, It gives you a lot more opportunity to use them. Even after they get found,
Yeah.
you can use them as bait very
That's
effectively because your team can collapse much quicker.
Did you know Heimerdinger's passive used to affect wards? If
So you
Heimerdinger
could
was around, you couldn't
heal
kill
up?
a ward.
Wow.
It just
like
wouldn't
that.
die. It would
Too
heal
bad
like
we never
5
see
health per
Heimerdinger
second.
played.
No, not since like IPL 3. Oh well. All right, so you ready?
Oh, you've done your research? Okay.
What will happen if you added water, ice, fire, and food?
If you add water, ice, fire, and food. Well, if you add ice and fire, I guess that's just adding more water. So you're adding water to food, basically, in this scenario. I'll say you get soggy food free. Is that
Nothing.
nothing?
You get
That's
nothing.
pretty good.
You get nothing.
What happened to the food?
Doesn't matter. Nothing happens.
It got soggy and you threw it away.
It dissolved.
That makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll go with that one.
There you go. So that was actually some chuckling. What's a chuckle?
You got 5. You broke
5?
even on that one.
I broke even. It was worth the time.
So the Tryndamere split push, though, if we revisit the actual game, is actually working out really well. Since he did complete that early static shiv I was rooting for, he's been able to constantly keep pressure on Mundo. And he's doing a decent job. You know, he's got 1 ward in that blue area that was just over-warded by Mundo.
What? Oh, knockup chain comes in. Snow is about to get melted. He's gonna go down, Libic. Making that one happen. Nightmare trying to run away. Sharu's still in the chase. He got dashes to the minions. Goes in. He's 2 Qs away from a knockup. Doesn't go for it. They go back to the lane.
Yeah. Talk about static shivs. Yasuo has his static shiv, and there's his power boost. If only Lucian could share items. You know, give over that Infinity Edge and get that combo for him. He's doing his best right now to defend the turret, though.
Ooh, good dodge. Into the wall, but it's enough to dodge the Q.
And this outer turret, okay, so in the current patch that they're playing on, 4.1, the champion reduction damage does not go away.
Yep.
But on live, it will go away at 8 minutes. So it makes it a bit easier in this situation for him to defend it. Libic going for the stun combo with no backup damage.
And he can't even break Bonaparte's shield. And from what I've seen, this guy has actually been maxing shield on Lulu every time. Maxing E. Yeah, 4 points in E, 2 points in Q. So making sure he gets the shields there to keep Sunny alive. Very defensive build.
Also something when we're looking at Libic to keep in mind is that he always likes to get fairly early mobility boots. And he doesn't go for the gold generating items, you know, just the sight stone. So he gets more mobility, and he can put down a lot of the wards in enemy territory, but he doesn't have the late game gold generation that Lulu's going to be sitting on.
Yeah. Something to keep in mind. We'll see if Bonaparte can make more happen. Maybe he'll have a Mikhail's and Libic won't. Maybe he'll have a Talisman of Ascension and Libic won't, and that could be a big deal. We'll see what happens as the game goes on. Sharu still being a Yasuo, being a cool guy. Waiting to see if his Lightning brother Phantom Joe can come online here and add more items, join the team.
Phantom Joe is still, again, as we said, repeating his split push, constantly top. He's working until he can get rich. He's going to get rich in the top lane or die trying.
I've got an easier one for you. What happens if you combine just ice and fire?
You get water.
Warm water.
I said that. Yeah.
It's warm water.
It depends on how much fire heat.
Yeah, equal amounts.
How many joules?
I don't know. Ask Tarek. Meteor Maker's back in for Dragon. No one is there to even stop them. I just feel like at this point, well, I mean, there's a ward. PDD can know, but
yeah, they've got the ward, but they've been caught out by this crowd control too many times, and they. Whoa!
I don't know if that ward can see it.
Tryndamere's got a Cutlass for lifesteal, so that's gonna help them tank it up. But they're so close. You see that ward? It barely sees in. If Kha'Zix jumps too far, if somebody rotates to the other side of the Baron, then they'll see.
They're not. They don't know yet.
Yeah, he got close with that flag and trap, but they're staying on the right side.
They're moving over.
Oh, no, it's so low. This is prime for a steal, too.
All right.
And they've got the antidote!
Oh, can they do it? The calling comes across the damage up, but who's got the smite? It's gonna go to Phantom Joe. No, Phantom Joe picked it up. Sharu got a couple of kills.
Phantom Joe.
3 kills for Baron.
Whew, he saved it.
Tryndamere, MVP.
He was able to save it. So close. Sharu got in there and decided to kill everyone, but they were able to accomplish their mission. Mission accomplished. We've got Baron buff on 2 members, AD carry and support. who are probably going to die pretty soon because they're not leaving the turret, and there's an easy dive.
Wukong ulti is there. There's the knockup onto both. It's going to be the run away. Bonaparte getting chased down. Shields him. If he lives, that's going to be hilarious. I mean, he's trying.
Lived.
He's trying. One cleaver. He
juked him. Number one.
Glitter Lance. He's got no mana, but it doesn't matter. Kuban lands it. Mass assist. Turret goes down. TTD, they're chasing. Does he ulti in for Annie?
All right, so they did everything so that Caitlyn can have this Baron buff.
Yes.
Now, they're going to have to see how worth that is if Caitlyn can actually do anything with this Baron.
She got 300 gold for that.
So far.
Feed the 80 carry, win the game.
It's not exactly worth. But they did get Baron off the map.
Yeah.
So that means they can't go for that later and have it turn out worse.
I'm surprised they didn't push this mid lane turret down right here, because all of MYM was recalling off of kind of having low health and a bunch of money to spend, and instead TTD are like sweeping out lanes when I feel like they could have put pressure on turret 2 in mid lane right there.
Yeah, they definitely wouldn't have been able to take it, but they could have got a good chunk of damage.
Okay.
I think I do agree.
Okay.
Now the question is that we are behind if you're on TTD's fan over here, then what's the plan? Because Phantom Joe is going to want to complete his, well, he's just going to go for the fight. And he's outnumbered.
Gets the knockout.
He's got the team coming in. He's got an ulti to rely on.
Shari's trying to run away. Snow is there. One hit gets the kill. Phantom Joe trying to run away. Kuban on the chase. They're going to block the cleavers there. Snow still in the front. Ooh. All right, we're okay.
So continued split push. Going to work out for TTD. Phantom Joe had to use his ulti, but that's just fine. By the time he heals, goes back to lane, and pushes up far enough to be in danger again, should have it available. So if they keep up their vision, I think a lot of this game now turns back into vision because MYM have so much crowd control. We've seen them catch people out.
Oh, yeah.
You know, not only is it the Wukong Yasuo combo, but Annie by herself with mobility boots is going to be able to chase somebody down and make them pay for any missed position.
Nice move here. Sunny stole away the blue buff. Not that it means a ton to MYM. Like, even Wukong doesn't really care.
Well, he was really close to not finishing the blue buff in time. I think the extra AD from Baron is really what got him that. So Baron has turned into an extra blue buff for this team.
Well done.
They're
and
sort
now
of chaining.
And now the tier 2 mid turret's dead for them, so they're not going to get baited by defending it. It's one less objective on the map that Meteor Makers can't take anymore.
Okay.
Baron buff was worth it. Also increased the kill streaks of the Meteor Makers members. So much value from that Baron.
The value Baron. All right. Let's see how this Tryndamere split push works out version 2 here, because his ulti's back up, but he doesn't really have deep wards. So he's making the call to return in lane. I think he matches up with Mundo okay at this point since he's got the combo. The classic Tryndamere split push dueling combo. Yeah. Static Shiv plus Blade of the Ruined King. He stands a pretty good chance against Mundo.
I think you can't chase Mundo down because of most of Randuin / the ulti.
So he can't really go for the single kill because even if he does, it'll take a long time. But he can lifesteal off of extra minions in the wave that he can shove it, and he'll have Mundo the one trying to fight back into this one.
True.
Let's see, they have Kha'Zix cut off. Mundo's got teleport, so they can easily even up the numbers if TTT go for this. But all that they really have to do, MYM, is just wait, because they're slowly getting that lead. There's no global here from TTD. What they would like to do is send a Tryndamere to go for that matchup, but Tryndamere has no way of interrupting him. Really, it would all be on Jarvan. And Jarvan's not in a position to duel Mundo. So
yeah, I don't think so.
They don't have a very good answer to this teleport Mundo at this point.
Let's see what they can do with this one then. Looks like Meteor Makers taking a good long time at this one. The mid lane actually got pushed out by Snow and no one reacted. So like no one finally Trin, Phantom Joe shows up to stop the right hand side split push from Kuban, and Kuban recalls.
Right.
No one stops Snow. Like Meteor Makers are I feel like they need Merc Treads because they're not tenacious enough right now.
So I'm just gonna let that one pass. That's a silence. They've got. I was gonna start talking about the double static Shiv though. Caitlyn has also gotten one for herself. Okay. Now, if they do send Tryndamere to go to Mundo, then yes, it could be a 5 vs 4, but the wave clear is very strong for TTD since they have the static Shiv as well on Caitlyn. Caitlyn already annihilates creep waves. with Static Shiv, it's going to be no problem for her. She can actually solo hold lanes very easily. Now, this rotation down means it's going to be some fancy footwork for Phantom Joe to get out with his life. And a Dragon up is going to be an interesting objective because MYM should probably not let this one go. But Sharu has, taken a little bit of a side path.
Yeah.
And nobody's really committed to the call right now.
All right, the jump forced away. This was weird because TTD didn't have any ward control, but they knew the timer.
Right. So they don't let it go away.
Now, remember they're in time. Only 2,000 gold separates the teams. Make that 3,000 now. TTD have given up every single dragon. That's actually the entirety of Meet Your Maker's gold lead. Is just the dragons. So, much slower game this time around.
Yeah, it's been a bit of back and forth. Interesting.
Yeah.
Some interesting play. I think that Tryndamere right now, since he's got his main items, should again be looking for a little bit stronger vision control. Because as we saw right there, we just saw the beginnings of what could happen if MYM shove a top 4-1 and then Mundo actually chain landing cleavers onto Tryndamere just to keep him there as the rest of MYM collapse. That could be MYM's answer. If they just kill your Tryndamere, then they can turn that one-man advantage into an objective after that.
All right. We'll see what they find. Snow, being a bug, chilling in the brush, killed a golem. No big deal. You know, the interesting thing about Snow is the champions he plays are a Yordle, a being of pure energy, and a bug. So I've never been able to call him Snowman. Because he doesn't play any humans. Just a thought.
And yet you still managed to work it in.
Still managed to work. I thought of it, had to say it.
Right.
What if I never see him again? What if they lose and don't play rank 5?
We'll have to see how well this Mundo can disengage from Tryndamere because he's popped his Ghost right now.
All right,
Kuban's going to have to use everything.
And it's going to be the just the ulti for Kuban, which
Blade of the Ruined King active used, Ghost used. That's a lot down for Phantom Joe.
And he can't stick long enough.
Now he even has to be worried about the reverse situation because he doesn't have any vision. And Mundo, very, very adept at keeping him in one place. So it's definitely going to be a little bit slower of a mid-game than you'd expect with all this CC.
Ooh, chase there on a Nightmare is going to jump over the wall. Nice jump by him. Kuban going to miss a cleaver. Phantom Joe still trying. Got another slowdown. Going to put some pain across.
All right.
I want to see Phantom Joe get a red buff because I feel like he'll actually win the chase if he gets one.
He's doing a good job bullying Mundo. Kuban's got a long time left on his ulti.
He's not going for the turret. Oh, yeah, because they had wards and they saw Meet Your Makers come down.
Ooh, one barely gets the vision there. So when you're split pushing, very important that the rest of your team applies pressure in one of the other lanes so that Meet Your Makers cannot just collapse. So they did a good job chasing down the mid lane, but
going apart.
He's cornered.
More like, all right, he got away. That was close. Had to burn the flash, but Kata can't find him either.
They know that he's going to have to go back to base right now. So MYM have an interesting call to make here. What do we try and get out of that? Because Kha'Zix is very far extended in that lane.
Oh, TTD, they're just walking onto wards the whole time. Now both sweepers are down for Tick, Trick, and Duck. There's no pink wards in the inventory. They're not going to get rid of any wards for a while.
Also, MYM are building up quite a few Randuins here. There's one done and two already in the works, looking to be completed very soon. These attack speed slows are really going to hurt this TTD team. Caitlyn, one of the most attack-reliant AD carries, and then Tryndamere as well. Those could shut him down fairly easily because not only is it the attack speed slow, but the movement speed slows to Tryndamere. I talked about Cleaver, but man, the Randuins, with 3 of those being able to activate and chain, it'll be a fairly simple task to kite him around.
See what they can do with this one. Sharu kills away some more poor little defenseless Wraiths. They just die over and over again. They keep coming back.
They do.
The Wraiths very rarely win any fights in this game.
The Wraiths are definitely tenacious, I'd say, since you called that out earlier. But they keep going back to this split push here with Mundo. He doesn't really seem to get anywhere. It's TTD actually calling for Tryndamere to join them this time. So this could be their chance to hard initiate. That's very dangerous.
Because Last Whisper.
It's really Jarvan who would have to lock down MYM and keep somebody in place.
Yeah.
And he's not that tanky. As a jungler, it takes you a bit longer to to really get that beefy. But
yeah,
you know, he's pretty much their only go-to hard initiate, and they can follow it up with a Lulu ulti. So you know, he's got backup plans.
yeah.
But at the moment, it's a pretty big task for him to achieve by himself.
Yeah, it's interesting. Their team doesn't have a lot of upfront damage, but they've still brought Kha'Zix in to try to like clean up and get resets. But I don't know what he's supposed to clean up. It's like Jarvan EQs and Trin like starts hitting you, and you're like, I jump in.
You can see they're already being scared about Barons too. That was a panic Talisman of Ascension activation there, trying to get that ward down very quickly.
But yeah, I mean, think about it. Caitlyn can hit Baron from over the wall, and then the other three can jump in and then potentially out if they buy enough time for themselves.
Sneak another one.
Yeah, like it's not. This is constantly a threat. Meech Makers have to, and the thing is, they have to always split push top as well, because if they sit bottom for a while, they just give away Baron control.
Yeah.
So you have a very obvious like, okay, this is the only place Meech Makers ever goes. TTD, I feel like should be able to unlock the map a bit more, and like start taking away like dragons, because Mim has to respect Baron every single second.
Yeah, I mean both teams really do have to respect that Baron. Tryndamere, I think, is definitely a focal point for TTD. So I'd like to see like a Mikhails come out from the Lulu. That would help him out a lot, I think, if they do get to that team fight phase. So I think that they do need at least, you know, to stall out for a little bit more. Hopefully rely on split pushing and Dragon Gold. Even if you give up Baron at this point in the game and you take Dragon for it,
the gold's
as long as you're able to hold your turrets in the siege, then it's not that big of a deal. But as you see here, you know, they're not able to answer the Dragon either, so giving away both of those would be definitely detrimental.
Okay, so Dragon goes away. That's, I believe, now the 5th in a row for Meet Your Makers. Phantom Joe gonna just sit here and take up Kuban. The active does not slow attack speed, so not necessarily worth there, and just gonna push away. Phantom Joe.
Spam chase? Okay.
All right, Rune King active.
Wukong is heading over. It looks like Sharo is actually giving up the chase, so they made the call to discontinue that. Not deciding to go for him.
And I promised I'd keep it up. This is the last chance I got. Actually, Phantom Joe's level 17, but he did max Mocking Shout second. He's got 5 points in that, only 4 in Spinning Slash. So Phantom Joe did want the AD reduction and the slow.
Yeah, so Q into W.
Most likely. I don't think max W first is a thing.
Yeah, that would be...
who knows? We've seen crazy things before. I'd max shield first on Jarvan.
You know what's really weird is they've actually used Kha'Zix now as a split pusher as well. And he has 0 wards backing him up. So they're really trying to soak up as much money as possible right now. And go for the 1-3-1, which is very dangerous.
It is. It is.
Especially against a Moby Boots Annie.
Look where Tryndamere is in relation to everyone else. He's like practically in the middle of Meech Maker's team. He just goes in on Sharu. Wind Wall does not affect...
That's going to draw aggro of the rest of the team here.
All right, Exhaustion goes. Deep. Knock up. Has to ult. Let's see if they have the damage here. Stun comes in again. Phantom Joe, you're a little overextended, I got to say. Gets away from the culling.
Jukes. Where can he go, though?
Pretty much nowhere.
He's going to run into the side of the map. Chop down some trees. Chop those trees
down.
All
right, Char gets it.
All right, so that's why 1-3-1 is really dangerous, especially if you go aggro with one of your members. But they're not giving up anything. You know, as soon as all the attention is paid to Phantom Joe, you get a turret for it.
That's worth it. That's completely worth it.
Well, you give up a lot of map control as well, and Baron is on the map right now.
That's
so
fair.
I don't know about that. But
I feel like if you threaten mid lane really hard, they can't Baron. You lose an inhibitor.
Yeah. They're not. They're actually going to contest, though. So if we can go for a Baron steal, then they might be able to pull it off.
3v, maybe 5.
Sunny gets caught, though.
Knocked up. Oh, good kiting. He didn't even get touched by that ulti. That was very impressive. Bonaparte made that one happen as well with the wild growth. That was freaking slick.
Yeah. Caitlyn Lulu is a pretty good combo against the Wukong Initiate. Both of them have range slows.
Yeah.
Cyclone is actually pretty easy to kite with range slows. So having the Glitter Lance and the net available makes a really good counterplay there for TTD. Lulu knockup, I have to say, that was really well timed.
That was really nice. The range apparently is higher than the range of Wukong ulti. Just barely getting the edge out there.
Yeah, hats
off.
off.
E away. Yeah, that's incredibly impressive.
Get it? Because Lulu's got a giant hat.
Oh man. You just get an oh man. Oh man is a 4.
Okay.
There's the snort is 2, silence is 3, oh man is 4, chuckle is 5. What's a 1 or a 0 out of 10?
A 1 or a 0.
Right.
That's when it gets physical. And
if I get
there's
hit.
retaliation.
All right.
But then it gets physical at the top too, because you get like high fives and stuff if they're really good.
Well, that's fine. You know, in grade school, I thought that you should get like an A or an F or something. I didn't realize there was actually like a, it curved down. Like A was good and F was bad.
You do get A's and F's.
Well, right. But I thought that the color of the ink should matter. Like a blue A was like awesome, and like a red A should be awful. And like everyone should know what the words all stand for, and the color was actually the grading score. Right.
I don't know if I
Blue
like that.
B is like bodacious. A red B is bad.
A red B is bad, but a blue B is bodacious. I feel like this is really gonna put people whose favorite color is red. It's gonna put them in a bad mood, and they just feel like this is not the way to go.
A blue C is cool. A red C is crap.
You're very biased, I feel like.
Blue is like the general friendly color. By the way, go beat your makers. No.
Good.
It's just a thought. All right. Back into the game here. Let's see what we got. Still trying around on Baron. Pink wards abound. Snow is splitting against Kuban. He's actually, I gotta say, doing a pretty good job of this one as long as he keeps his health up. Ulti popped. Kuban gonna look for some cleavers. Passive still being used. Snow pushing Kuban away. The regen still coming in.
Oh, he lands the cleaver though. It's gonna be tough for Snow to get away from this one.
That was his last dash. Jumps away. All right, they're both safe.
All right. The action around Baron has really not upped the threat level here. So it's going to basically be more dancing around until this Moby Boots Annie can land a stun, and they are able to chain somebody down. It looks like the split push Tryndamere is really working out. He's slowly getting item after item. He's already got the last Whisper. Looks like Infinity Edge next. But again, really the biggest detriment is going to be the kiting. Can he get around all of these Randuin slows? Can he get around all these AoE stuns?
Yeah, I think he needs... I don't know if I'd skip Eye Edge, but he needs a Zephyr. I think that's the item he needs to add. Movement speed as well as... CDR actually gives him more dashes and more slows. And the tenacity. Like, everything that item gives is really useful.
And then it would be on, really, MYM to land the chain knockups really well.
Yeah.
As those are not reduced by tenacity. I think that's really going to be the next story here. The Wukong Cyclone plus Last Breath. Can they land a good one?
Makata's going to go in. Can the team chase in? Knockup's coming around. Bonaparte on the wrong side. Flies over and lives. Wow. Libbit caught up there in the front. Phantom Joe popped the ulti already, trying to chase down. Makata does go down before Phantom Joe falls. 2 kills for 1, and the split push bottom still happening.
Yep, Kozak's trying to do work here. He's going in onto the inhibitor turret, and he's got a couple of people recalling. But Snow gets too close. Sunny goes for it.
Sunny, can you get away? Sharu shows as well. Knockup's not going to land on too much there. Sunny goes down. Mockler still on the chase. One more Q. He's going to get a knockup and a Nightmare. Puts the ulti down. Goodbye. Double kill from Mockler. 11-5. Nice.
They've actually stopped the split push here, too, because Kuban went back down, and Snow rotating up to the top here. 3 versus 2, and the AD carries up. MYM should be able to get something out of this. Mid turret is already exposed here. They can go right on this with 2 minions. Should be enough.
Is it enough? We're going to see him go forward, and the auto attacks come on through. Looks like they're going to be... Well, Sharu's going to be afraid. Mako's going to have to kill some minions off.
Kuban could tank it.
Yep. So can the minions. They're going to be okay. Hex comes up. Snow shows up. What's going to go for? Goes for Kuban. I don't know if I like that one. Going to try to run away. Has the ulti. One more attack. Invisible. Culling does not quite land. Knockup's going to land, though. Sharu picks that one up. And now Bonaparte not in a good spot. Lets him go.
He's burning.
Wants the inhibitor instead.
All right, so he's going to be okay. The inhibitor does go down. So finally, the base has been cracked here. They got in through the front door. MYM have established a pretty good lead here. I would like to leave one of those trinket wards behind. There we go. Kuban drops his in the lane. Anytime you do take down an inhibitor like that, even though the minions are pushing up that far, dropping down a ward just on your exit really helps out a lot, seeing where TTD will go once they do exit their base.
Yeah, I agree. It's a pretty smart choice. Only 3,000 gold, I gotta say. For everything that's going on in this game, for the kills, I think, completely unanswered, 6 dragons now, 4,000 gold is the only thing that separates these guys. It's actually incredibly close in gold. The problem I see, TTD is entirely physical damage. And even though Jarvan gives them all some attack speed, triple Randuins is really tough to get through.
Yeah, I mean, they've got 3 Last Whispers and a Black Cleaver, so they can get through a decent amount, but attack speed slows are always going to be there. Those are going to be fairly annoying to deal with. And we still don't see the makings of a Mikhails on their team.
One apart for Banshees, maybe. Huh. Well, we'll see what they can do with this one. Only magic damage that's really in this game is the low base values of Lulu and Libic, who is going towards a Zhonya's. So he'll have a little bit more AP. I feel like Libic is actually like a moderate damage threat just because no one's going to buy MR.
So he's been sitting on that arm guard for a long time here. And it's been used just really for the stats because you talked about how AD heavy this TTD team is.
Yeah.
You know, he got that early. All the extra AP and armor for support Annie has been doing a lot of work for him so far.
And Meet Your Maker looking now at this one. Nightmare going to jump in on the Libic and Makata. A lot of bursts coming across him. Do they have the damage? There's the double knockup combo again. Phantom Joe has to ult. Makata chasing towards the background is going to go down. Phantom Joe, can he get away? Has a shield on as well. He will fall 1 for 1. No 2 for 1 so far in this fight. This might be exactly what TTD needs. Sharu in a bad spot, knocked into the air. GA pops. Timber's going to die. Trap is on the ground. That will hit Sharu. Nice freaking wind wall. Jumps through. Oh! Beautiful play by Sharu. Does not quite get the kill, but that was perfectly played for what it's worth.
Yeah, very close. And it's still going to be 2 members of MYM. So you can't really go for that Baron because Kuban's at full life, and Mundo will constantly harass you inside Baron Pit. So even though we saw a very close fight, it's not going to be much of a change in the game. Basically, the biggest thing I think would probably be the GA cooldown, not going to be available next fight for Sharu. So if they do get into an actual team fight, then TTD will have a better chance. Also, a big thing to note in that last fight was that the combo of the Wukong and Yasuo did not go on Caitlyn.
Oh.
That's huge. That's the target they should be looking for because Caitlyn is going to be constant damage from the backline that they have to worry about. And as we saw there, she output a lot. Their combo of Wukong plus Yasuo will decimate her. They can take her out very easily. She has no defensive items.
Yeah, she's at 4 offensive items. This is interesting because, like it's weird because Phantom Joe also has 4 offensive items. He's actually going towards that Zephyr now. I'm really glad he's going for this one for his sake. And he only gets to fight for about 7 seconds every battle because he gets dropped like immediately because Makata and Sharu are hitting him. Yeah. And he's like, okay, my ult time's out, I die, but I'll hit you for 7 seconds. And he's got to hope those 7 seconds is long enough to be worth it.
And you know, he can lifesteal back up after. So if they don't refocus him, then he can become another threat after they've already stopped dealing damage to him.
And what if Snow had played Kale? Like, how rough would that game have been, I feel like? When you've got these big of damage threats and you get to late game, I feel like that just, like, ruins your day.
Yeah, then I would definitely be looking for a Mikhails just to make sure that Trinimir's constantly auto-attacking and he never gets stunned up by Annie.
Well, speaking of Annie, Libic takes a shot in the back. That's a run backwards here. Half HP. Sunny is around with double buffs. Kuban's going to have to get away from Baron.
Baron, yeah. They don't have to worry about a bunch of AoE magic damage, at least, in Baron Pit, so... Runs right onto the trap with his activation
of Ascension.
All
right, nothing for it.
Trinimir instantly recalls, so they're going to try and defend this inhibitor, it looks like.
Well, Meteor's going to try. The knockup is here. One more Q, and he's got the knockup. Does not land it. Snow moves away.
Trinimir not back yet.
Oh, good. Windwall's going to keep the zone there. The jump in there for Jarvan. They're going to start this fight out anyway. The team is going to come join in. No, they're not even around to fight for him. Nightmare is alone right now. Finally, Snow comes in towards the back line. Looks for Libic. Does he have the damage? Makler taking him out. Snow's going to push out onto Libic. Kokana does get chased down. 2 kills so far. Phantom Joe. Ulti pop looks for Sharu. Snow on the back lines. Look for Makler. Can he get the damage? Trying. Still gets him. Triple kill for Snow. There's 2 guys of Mim left alive. Kuban, Bonaparte, kind of still in the battle. Snow's going to be safe. The other fight still going on. Bonaparte trying to run. Dashes over the wall. Sunny is there. Trying to get the damage. Sharu forced away.
Kite with the net here. And Tryndamere is on the chase. He's going to get chickens.
Gets the chickens. Pull 2 shadows on. Shield, 1, 2, 3, takes him down, 300 gold. Assists go to the teammates at the bottom lane. And that was a freaking 4-for-1 fight for Tick, Trick, and Duck.
So many close calls in that fight. At the end, the briefcase barely missing Snow. They started off the fight 2 seconds before Phantom Joe actually was in base and recalled.
Oh, wow.
You know, Jarvan was taking a lot of hits, tanking it up, but Phantom Joe was able to buy home guard boots and rocket out of the base and join the fight, able to take down that front line.
Wow, so here we go. Phantom Joe on a big, scary Tryndamere man, home guarding in, making that one happen. I really like Snow in that fight, though, as well. He kited around the back lane, didn't get taken out. It felt like, I guess, Meet Your Makers run out of crowd control and just couldn't pin him down anymore?
They were very focused on diving towards the Nexus turrets. They were sort of off-screen there. You can see they were focused on Caitlyn. And Snow came in at the end after Jarvan went down, getting his first kill onto Annie as she was sort of left alone, isolated. And then it was a really good play for him to capitalize and take out Lucian. That was very close to not working out.
It was. I mean, Mockler's 2 deaths have all been in the last, 5 minutes. The fight before this one was a shutdown from 0 deaths. So it's been the 40-minute mark where he's been finally falling in these battles. Snow, a big part of that one, he's got the Randwin's Omen, and looks like GA coming in as well. So a much tankier Kha'Zix in the future.
And I do like the early Randwins from him, or fairly early Randwins, because he's going to be looking to stay out of the Annie combo, the initiate, and then he goes in and kills her first. He killed her first in the last fight, so the magic damage is off the field. And he's really just worrying about physical damage at that point, and he was barely able to last long enough in the last fight.
We'll see if he can do it again.
Again, though, the 1-3-1 split push here.
Yeah.
They're soaking up a lot of money. You can see they're actually ahead now in gold after the last fight and the Baron.
Well, they are 2-0 on Barons. They've certainly been taking those for what it's worth. Top lane turret, so much damage coming through Phantom Joe, slowed down. Going to go in onto Kuban here, who actually started Cutlass. Kuban is going for a Ruin King himself. The battle's begun. Thornmail helping. There's the ulti, the chase on Phantom Joe. I don't know if he has the damage though. Low on health, forced to run. Not the right choice.
Dunked.
Literally makes it happen. That was a bit too aggressive. Now Char's looking for this one. Knockup is here for the Q. Gets it. Does not go for the ulti. It was already down, actually, but has the damage output to take out Snow. The chase now onto Sunny. Knockup's not going to be there. Good slow by Bonaparte, but Mockler's still chasing.
This should be game. Both solos on the 1-3-1 split push get outplayed simultaneously. That gives Meet Your Makers 45 more seconds to just run straight up the middle here.
And the super minions in tow right about now. This is going to be interesting. Can they hold on? 35 seconds on Tryndamere. For the 5 are there. Sharu's still walking up. Minions are actually a good ways away. They've been back with us for a while.
Annie should be tanking one of the side turrets. You take them out from the side, one at a time.
They got smited. Has to be a champion now.
Turrets are also harder to take down if minions are not close. They gain a bunch of armor.
Yep. Okay, the wave is here in about 10 seconds. Tryndamere in 15. The ult comes off. They're going to initiate the fight. Sharu, great wind wall. No one's going to take any damage. Knockup. Double knockup. Sunny going to get GA. Bonaparte chased down as well. Oh, this is not good. Kuban going to make that one happen. Double kill there for Sharu, and on to the Nexus turrets they go. But the inhibitor respawns.
It's not going to be enough.
Oh,
Phantom Joe is up, and we've got 5 more seconds left on Snow. It's going to be really rough for them, though. GA on Sharu. This is going to be Nexus turrets.
Wind wall's back up. There's the ulti pop by Tryndamere. Sharu's actually forces GA out. Wukong in the backlines gets a knockup, finds one. Snow forced to run away. No reset for him. Not enough damage coming by as well. Makata likely to be saved. Turret 1 goes down. Turret 2 under fire. Meet Your Makers 48 minutes in. Finally making it happen. Miraculous. Not miraculous, but very well played comeback there. Making the split push go down. Nexus falls 48-01.
All right. I guess Libic came in with the game-ending flash tibbers there.
Yeah.
Dropped it on Tryndamere's head before he could pop his ult. He did not expect that one